Hello students, welcome back to the YouTube class again. Now as we have completed the first video session class of chapter number 5, that is more about the keyboard. Now let's continue our chapter with the second part of chapter number 5, that is more about the keyboard. Now in the first class we have done about some keys of the keyboard, that is caps lock key and shift key. We have learned how to use the caps lock key and what are the functions of caps lock key, and the shift key also, how to use the shift key using the uh, different keys. Okay, the shift key doesn't work by itself, so it is used with different keys in combination with different keys. Now let's see what we have learned in the, let's see a small test, just like a test. Let's see by doing some examples of what we have learned in the first video session class. Kunya mamangi first video session class have the part 1 of chapter number 5. Chapter maming na more about the keyboard si loi kraba matungda kogi part 1 du loi kraba matungda part 2 da koina part 1 da tokibdu gi exercise oina kari koina tokibdu khangbra khangdabra habdu yengbo oina some exercise am lawrga yengasi. Now let's continue the second part. Now here it's a testing time. Now try to make this bouquet with the help of the keys on the keyboard. When your keyboard ki mateng na sige bouquet si ma ye o haine ma haije computer da. Now this key the yaw representing si yung da, this is known as backslash, this is known as forward slash, this is the pipeline, this is the closing parenthesis, then this is the opening parenthesis, have the first bracket and second bracket, this is na underscore, this is na zero, then this is the asterisk. This star is known as asterisk, this symbol is known as tilde, this is semicolon, this is comma. Okay, this is plus sign, this is percentage signs. Now using these symbols, some special characters and symbols, try to make these with the help of the keys on your keyboard. If you have computer at home, you can try these at home. Now remember to use the shift key to type upper characters. Now you should remember to use the shift key. Now when you want to type the capital A, as I told you in the last class, if you want to type capital A, then you should use the shift key. You should press the shift key, then you press on the A key. Okay, key which is written A. Koina A capital namge hagadi shift se number thamaga A to number the capital thola. If you simply press on the key with the letter A, small letter A will display on the screen. When you simply can num the vida only keyboard or the A do katang namagadi screen da monitor screen da computer gi screen da kari tholakani monitor da small letter A tholakane ba do kunya shift to number thamaga A do namagadi capital A thokane. Okay, now these symbols also we use shift key to write these symbols, like this na bracket na closing bracket, first bracket procedure when a closing parenthesis size in opening parenthesis size. This symbol is known as a underscore, it's in a tilde, this is forward slash, this is backslash, this is the pipeline, this is the percentage symbol, this is plus symbol, this is star is known as asterisk in computer, this is known as semicolon. Labelsing zi ye aga koina sigi bouquet laigi sis na flower base ne sina lay yawe haga koina sigi bouquet ma ye pazina. Try to if you have computer at home. If you don't have computer, don't bother, we will do later on the school. Okay, when you come to school car matamda when school try to if you have layragadi computer diega tambasu yasi lecturagadi border to. Okay, now the next exercise is the exercise number B, that is tick the correct output for each. Now you have to take, you have some options are given, option number A and option number B. From these among A and B you have to choose the right answer. Okay, right output. Now pressing K, this is K. Okay, pressing K when the caps lock key is active. When the caps lock key da kadeva caps lock key se on toraga key is namagadi kari thokadage small letter k thokadra capital letter k thokadra, whether it will display as a small letter k or it will display as a capital letter k. Now as I told you, when you press the caps lock key, that is the caps lock key is on, that is caps lock key mapal light green light to nga laga leiragadi na to orange light to nga laga leiragadi on to haini haidi active way haini active way di when whatever letter you type on the keyboard, it will come in capital letters. Capital letters loi lakani caps lock on to already have the active way ragadi. Aduna we should tick on the option number B, that is capital K here. This is a small k. You should tick on the capital K. Capital K will be the output for this. Hangani ko K is caps lock key is on to rakanda sip namdrabasu caps lock key is on to raga haidi active way rakanda key letters in number matamda capital K thokane. Ariko. Now let's come to the point, question number 2, that is pressing shift key and now it is not, if it is not visible properly, if you have textbook, you can refer your textbook at page number 40, page no textbook ti lermo 92 textbook ti ngi computer yaw do bani na ko selai basi sa hairage muneu selai basi symbol ji kai symbol no haidi mathak ta laisna dollar sign ni makha da laisna number 4 ne key together, although if pressing shift keys and namagadi. Now as I told you in the previous class, if you press shift and if you press a key which has two symbols or two numbers, that is, here we have two characters. The first, the above one is the dollar sign, so which is dollar sign, then the lower one, bottom one is the number 4. She is now 4 name dollar sign. Okay, but if you simply press without pressing the shift key, okay, if you press only this key, it will display number 4 on the screen. Number 4 screen da display to kaneva shift se nam da bida si key se katang namagadi. But if you press this key, shift key and this key together at once, amuktada shift key to namaga si namagadi, it will display the letter or the character which is on top. Mathakta laiba character dollar sign se oina tholakane si dollar sign. Hangani ko si shift key se namaga namabanina key dudaida symbol ani natra character ani leramagadi mathakta laiba character shift hek namadi mathakta laiba character dong thokane. Aduga akoina shift se akoin dollar sign se pamdre haragadi 4 thon ge haragadi shift namaroi only sigi keys da press to birani adudi 4 display to kodeba, but the shift key nambanina it will display, but here we are pressing the shift key and this key together, so the dollar sign will be displayed on the screen. So tick on option number A, dollar sign there. Okay, now question number 4 is pressing K when the caps lock key is inactive. Caps lock key is on togdana, inactive means on togdana koina key is namagadi. Nasagi question number 1 na caps lock key is active oiba haibadi on torakana k namadi capital letter K thokani, but akoina caps lock key is inactive oiraga haibadi on togdana k symbol k letters namagadi small letter K when you display to on the screen. So you should press on this option number A, that is the small letter K. Understood? Kangani ko sige se sige koina last class to gibido adugi just a revision exercise ni wasil to gibasin. Okay. Now let's continue with the next topic, that is the arrow keys. Another type of keys present on the keyboard, that is arrow keys. Now how many arrow keys are there on the keyboard and what are the functions of this arrow key? Now let's see here. Now there are 4 arrow keys on the keyboard. How many keys? 4 arrow keys. How many arrow keys? 4 arrow keys present on the keyboard. Okay, keyboard ta computer ki keyboard ta arrow key mari however. Now what are those keys and what are the functions? Now let's see in this topic, that is the arrow key haiba topic se yengasi. Arrow key haiba si mari thokna lei keyboard ta yawi magi mathau sina karino masung ma ji karino haibu yengasi. Now these keys are also called the cursor movement keys. Now we call it, these keys are also known as cursor movement keys. Cursor means what? Now when you open a computer, a line, okay, a beam or a line blinks on the monitor screen. Now when you open a Word document or a notepad, when you open a notepad or a wordpad or the Word document, ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ any type ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯕ application ama computer da hangdokpa matamda line ama blink toroga leineba. Blink toroga haibadi kaino, it put amu ngala amu khappaga leineba ko. Adugi dubu koina kari kawi cursor kaweba ko. Sida aina mouse na lengbada chatliba sisna arrow, sisna kai kawi pointer, mouse pointer kaweba. Now whenever I move on the mouse, this arrow on display on the screen. Okay, right now display on the screen, this arrow will move. Whenever I move the mouse to the left, it will come to the left. Whenever I move the mouse to the right, this mouse pointer, that is this pointer, will come to the right. Now this is known as a mouse pointer, but the one which is blinking on the screen, that shadi yaudreko sarkona haye koina type to weba iba naba akoi inaba akoina any application hybrid notepad kumba, wordpad kumba, or word document kumba hangba matamda blink toroga laiba ngalaga khappaga laiba adubu koina cursor koiba. Adugi cursor movement do, it controls the cursor key. Now these four arrow keys are known as the cursor movement keys. Okay, that is, it is used to move the cursor to the up, down, to the left, to the right. Okay, to any direction you can move using these four arrow keys. Okay, you can move using the mouse pointer also. Using the mouse also you can move the pointer, but using these four keys also you can move to the right, to the left, to the up, down. Okay, kiki four arrow keys hai, is na up arrow key, down arrow key, left arrow key, right arrow key hai ba ko. Si season na koina cursor movement keys to control to bine. Duna sibo koina cursor movement keys. These four arrow keys are also known as the cursor movement keys. Hangani ko. Now let's see the first key, that is the up arrow key. Mathakta smaina point roga, the arrow pointing up like this. This is known as the up arrow key. Sibu koina up arrow key. Mathakta arrow thingali je sibu koina up arrow key have. The up arrow key is used to move the cursor up. As I told you, this cursor will be controlled using these four keys. Okay. Sigi up arrow je si seasonanga koina cursor si mathakta pukatke hagadi sigi up arrow key je seasonang. Or if you want to move it down, makhada puthage haragadi, the down arrow key is used to move the cursor down. Sige down, makhada, the arrow pointing down key here, this is known as the down arrow key. Sibu koina down arrow key haraga khaneba. Sisna cursor do makhada puthana bane. Got it? Khangani ko? Yan tali ko sibukta. Arrow keys kya leba computer da? Arrow keys mari yaweba keyboard da. Computer ki keyboard, in a computer keyboard there are four arrow keys. Okay, the first one, these four arrow keys are also known as cursor movement keys, as it will move the cursor up, down, left, and right. This is known as the mathakta up pointing arrow is known as the up arrow key. Down pointing arrow key is known as the down arrow key. Okay, this is the left arrow key, left pointing arrow. This is right pointing arrow. This is known as the right arrow key. Okay, now we have known the up arrow key and the down arrow key. Now let's see the next key, that is the left arrow key and right arrow key. Now here, the left pointing arrow, this is known as the left arrow key. Now this left arrow key is used to move the cursor to the left, and the right arrow key is used to move the cursor to the right. Now whenever you want to move the cursor to the left, you can use this left arrow key. Whenever you want to move the cursor to the right, you can use this right arrow key. Okay, now one more interesting point is that these four arrow keys are also used in playing games in a computer. I use for playing games on a computer. You must be playing computer games on your computer if you have computer at home. Might be your brother, sister, your father, or your mother's computer. you must be playing game if you have computer at home. Now in that time you must be using these 4 arrow keys to move to the left, to the right, to go front, to come back. Okay, using these 4 arrow keys. If you want to move front, mamang chaningagadi sa number game sana matamda ko kunya game sana matamda kunya counter strike, IGI kaya mayam leidana, or koi huji huji me yang kan sanariba PUBG leidana ko, or Mobile Legend sanari mayam do deida computer de sanaraga si 4 arrow key season de mobile sanaraga budi na touch the mobile di touch ni na. Okay, screen touch ni mobile sana ba computer de sanaraga di mouse na lengaga nang chat pada di mamang chaki hadi sigi up arrow key sinaba, down arrow key sinama na maning lakpa, oilom chaki haga right left arrow key, yelom chaki haga na right arrow key, main chathoga sijanaraga mobile sijanaranga ne. Nungaibani sigi mouse pairaga arrow key sijanaradi chathok chasin da ju sigi up arrow key, down arrow key, left arrow key, right arrow key to sijanaba. Okay, these keys are also useful while playing games on a computer. Computer the games sana matam da ju sigi arrow keys mari che sijan nai hai je lugine. Hangani ko. Now let's see here. Name the arrow keys shown here. The P-diba arrow keys mari si maming hayo haye. Now just we have learned this. Sige, up pointing arrows na up arrow key. Now down pointing arrows na down arrow key. Left pointing arrow keys na left arrow key. Right pointing arrow keys na right arrow key. Hang ni ko. Obey desima. We control key khange. We have known how many keys till now. We have known control key and the use caps lock key. Sorry, caps lock key and the use of caps lock key. Then shift key, use of shift keys. Then 4 arrow keys. The arrow keys there are 4 arrow keys on a computer keyboard. Okay, the first one is up arrow key, down arrow key, left arrow key, and right arrow key. I hope you have understood clearly till now. Still here, si bokta di sanatai ba si bokta mamang taki video duga huji bokta lai ba video si bokti kyan tanin khale. Now let's see that exercise B here. Now open a program called Notepad. Now as I told you before, Notepad is a computer application program, computer program. Okay, to write something, your name, your address, whatever you want to write, you can type on this. If you want to type something, you can open this Notepad on your computer with the help of your teacher, that is me, and type the word computer. School car kanda hayeng yeng asi city ko hoji hoji ki when yum the computer legally you can practice this at home. You open your computer and you open a program called Notepad that is already in your computer. Every computer, maybe desktop or laptop, will have this Notepad program. Notepad se dum yawgni ko. Notepad se hangduaga type the word computer se keyboard agi nammo hai. Amai nam deba capital ngata nammo. Then after that, use the arrow keys following the instructions given below. Now using the left arrow key, bring the cursor to the beginning of the word you type. Cursor key to season aga maning le main khalo cursor key do ado left arrow key season aga left sum puraga tak 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 namaga left puraga pai mamang da poro na type to riba word to gi mamang da. You should bring the cursor wherever the cursor is or it may be present. You bring the cursor to the beginning of the word you just type. Nang type to riba computer hai buat hai si kai mamang jida cursor do pula using the left arrow key sima tawrani. Okay, then after that, hold down the shift key with one hand. Shift key namaga thamo khudamana and keep pressing the right arrow key with the other hand. Shift key namaga right arrow key do namo. Hoji cursor do kwai gi watch gi kwai mamang da leirabani ko. Leiraba matungda sida cursor do leirabani hoji si computer haiba watch gi mamang se cursor se si mamang leirabani. Ado shift key do namaga thamgadaba aduga right arrow key nama matamda angna hamba right arrow key namda si se select tograne. Next right arrow key namda o se tograni dumai su mathang mathang namaga si bok namak matamda si gi word computer hai je pulak select tograne. With the other hand to select the whole word si word na pulak select toge haragadi mouse season adabida koina sida thamani cursor si mamangda duga shift key namaga right arrow key nama matamda it will select. If you keep the cursor on the beginning of the word you just typed, that is computer, and after that you press the shift key, and after that you use the right arrow key. You keep pressing the shift key on the keyboard. Shift key is number thamgadaba. Then you press on the right arrow key. Okay, till this whole word is selected. After that this whole word will be selected. Select over the name. See word say select over the name. Okay, more about selection will come in your higher classes. Higher classes lakanda word selection, line selection, paragraph selection, all document selections. There are different type of selections using different techniques. When you select over the word ama select over, letter ama select over, line ama select over, paragraph ama select over, whole document do page chama legera chani legera one at a second at an instant 1 second da kamanya select over ni habagi selection technique and ma'am ko adu yogi class 1 with high class haying kakala kanda haying 3 4 5 kakala kanda yawarakani. Okay, for now you can try these at home, these things, but once again I'm telling you, if you want to work on a computer you should work with or in presence of your parents or your elders. Vedagi hanba ahan ama yauraga nataga papa mama yaurakanda computer paigadabni, or not only computer but any electronic device may hek sizinaba pot khudim pai haragadi ahan ama yauraga nataga papa mama yauraga paigadab natradi ina tonda paibe yadi ko. Okay, now let's come to the next topic, that is delete key. Delete key, what is the use of delete key? Let's see here. The delete key is called del in short. Delete key, delete, delete have a word key. We have taken the first three letters, that is del. Okay, duga del in short, del and high. In some computers it may be written as only del. In some computers it may be written as delete like this. Mine delete and tharamazu or del katang tharamazu yoguni shortcut the call. There are two delete keys on a keyboard. How many delete keys? Two delete keys on a keyboard. One just above the arrow keys and the other in the numeric keypad. Amana just above the arrow keys ki hek mathakta yauganeba sigi delete keys. Aduga amana koina numeric keypad sana yet nomda. On the right side, remember must be having numbers from 0 to 9. Okay. अदुगीदुबु खोइना न्यूमेरिक कीपैड हाइगा खंगनेबा कंप्यूटर की कीबोर्ड की मथकता क्वाइ फर्स्ट रो दसु सेकंड रो दा 1 2 3 अप टू 0 यावगनी अदसु नंबर्स लेनी अदुगा राइट साइड दसु न्यूमेरिक कीपैड हाइना 0 दगिना 9 बो यावगनेबको अदुदैदा यावरिबा 0 दे 9 बो यावदो अदैदा अप एरो कीना 8 अदैगी डाउन एरो कीना 2 लेफ्ट एरो कीना 4 right arrow key na 6 yawnganeba adudasu arrow keys yawe aduna 2 arrow keys adudasu yawi hujiki number keys adu sina delete keys e adudasu hujiki numeric keypad to adudasu delete keys e yawe. The delete key me yawani amana just above the arrow keys ki mathakta laine dana sagi arrow keys on taba sona kanda koina hayeng caps lock to off numeric num lock namale adu off to kanda arrow key on sina basu lay duna controversy. Now you can erase text with the help of these keys. See delete keys is anaga koina iriba texting do muthakka doine. On pressing the delete key, the character to the right of the cursor gets erased. Koigi right side ta laiba yet on the laiba key do muthakka doine. Sigi delete keys e seasonalaga cursor ding sainga la lay habu sana blink to laibido adugi right ta laibido. Now it will delete characters to the right of the cursor. This delete key will delete the character to the right of the cursor. Okay, khangani ko haibadi suppose sigi computer 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 haibasi da cursor COM ki M ga P ga gi marakta lay sida M and P. The cursor is between, suppose the cursor is between the letter M and P between here. okay, M and P ki marka layan khalasi in the word computer da. Then if you press delete key nama matamda cursor ki right side ta laiba P se delete tawbane, M se delete tawroi have. Got it? Angani ko. Now let's continue. Now here it's shown here delete key se ki arrow key se ki hek mathakta for arrow key se ki hek mathak delete key ma laira mana si sine numeric keypad ado sana ma sai numeric keypad se 0 laira se da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 laira si se numeric keypad hai si bu numeric keypad kawi se da delete key ma yawgani mana just above the arrow keys da. Now let us see how the delete key functions with the help of an example. Cursor se sida blink dot line am lai sida suppose you have typed the wrong spelling of the word computer. COMPUTER the O menjale. Okay, you have written it wrong. The computer as COMPUOTER. And now you want to correct it. See the position of the cursor. Cursor ki position okay. Now use the arrow key. This time we'll use the arrow keys to bring the cursor to the left. And take the cursor to the left side of the letter to be erased. Left side to poro si O je kakaduna di koi je natra O je henjalabina. Now this O is extra in the word computer, so if you want to delete this letter O, you should bring the cursor to the left using the left arrow key. Namaga cursor se silai bani left arrow key 1 2 3 4 lag namani, then sida purani si kayino haragadi koina sigi cursor sigi right side ta mutha deni delete key sijinaga. Now press delete key, it erase the letters O and the spelling gets corrected. The koina O je kathakrani, then the word computer becomes correct. That is COMPUTER computer. Okay, hangani ko sisini koina delete keys ki functions and magi matho haibasi magi cursor dugi right side ta laibadu delete togane. Okay, okay, let's for today let's do it till here. In the next class we'll see this testing times ABC and some other keys present on the keyboard, that is backspace key, then control key. Okay, and let's see in the next video session class, that is third video session class of this chapter number 5, that is more about the keyboard. Okay, keyboard more about the keyboard have chapter sigi chapter number 5 sigi second video session isina third video session da koi mathangi topic sing chi testing science ju yengasi and backspace key control key do kaino handu yengasi. Okay, so then stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.